Welcome back to the channel, guys. Let's talk about the essentials of motorcycle camping. What you need to bring with to be safe, to have fun, and enjoy yourself out in the backcountry. These are things you should always have with you. Sorry for the sun here. I'm going to have an amazing sunset, but right now it's in my eyes just a little bit. We're out primitive camping here in the National Forest, and let's cover the things you should always bring with you. First one is pretty obvious, but make sure you have a shelter, and make sure you have a shelter that you've well tested. Now I have a video I'll poke up here about the pros and cons of primitive camping versus campground camping. Always have a shelter, and always have a shelter that you've used and tested and works for you. Whether that's a hammock, whether that's a tent, a tarp, if you're a hardcore guy and it's just a tarp and a stick, whatever works for you, but it's going to keep you dry, water resistant, and keep you safe. I use a handful of them, but this has been the big one. This is the Big Agnes Tiger Wall 3 UL. Now it's a little bit more expensive of a tent, but in camping gear you get what you pay for, and in most cases the longevity of that as well. So it is a lighter tent, and let me talk you through a few things there. So in shelter, you want to have enough space to bring all of your gear in that is needed. In the vestibules, you can put stuff that you want to stay dry. So as a one person, I recommend a two-person tent. So you can bring all your gear in, have it safe with you. This is actually a three-person tent. I know it probably does not look like it. So it's a three-person backpacking tent, which means shoulder to shoulder to shoulder. Weighs about 2.5 pounds with everything together for 3 people. But the main thing is here, it's tried and tested for me. Like I keep saying, test your gear, use your gear, make sure you know what you're using. This is a 3-person tent. I can put all of my gear in there easily, but if you are a single person, I do recommend for motorcycle camping probably a 2-person tent if it's a true backpacking or adventure tent, because they're a little bit smaller footprints. So the right size, keep you dry, have a shelter. I know you might think that's obvious, but I've seen some crazy things out there, people being unprepared. The second thing, most important essentials, is products to keep you warm. Layering is a big thing. There's a lot of places you can find about layering. It's not about the biggest item. This is a very small puffy. Underneath it, I have a base layer and then a second layer. It's going to get pretty cold tonight. It's going to be down to about 17 to 21, depending which weatherman you believe. And a sleeping bag, a properly tested sleeping bag that is correct for the weather around you. Now, it can get a little confusing at times with sleeping bags, and I'm going to move here just a bit. How about them apples? See if I can get out of that sun. So with sleeping bags, you have comfort rating and safety rating. And different companies go different ways. I use a hammock gear. It's a very nice quilt, and they do a comfort rating. So mine is rated at 20 degrees. It's gonna definitely get lower than 20 degrees tonight, but that is a comfort rating. So you're perfectly comfortable at 20 degrees. Survival rating is probably gonna be about 0 degrees. Check that out. If your bag is 20 degrees, is that comfort or survival? If I had a survival bag, I would not be very comfortable tonight at 20 or below, because it means you're going to survive. You're going to make it through the night. So a couple different ratings, but the main thing, always be prepared to stay warm. If it's going to be 40 degrees out, make sure you can stay warm well past that. I'm prepared down to 0 plus tonight, because this is definitely both of these items, the tent and the sleeping bag. I have used an enormous amount of motorcycle camping trips. They actually made the entire Appalachian Trail for hiking with me and beyond. So I'm a big person of testing out your gear. Any questions on it? I know it can get a little weird with some of these sleeping bags and quilts and ratings. Comment below. Happy to help you out on that. Camping gear is something I'm well versed in, but make sure you're prepared for the weather with socks, sleeping bags, quilts, and puffy jackets. Make sure you got yourself covered. Be comfortable. The third thing is a camping stove. Always bring something you can make a hot cup of coffee, tea, hot water to drink, and food. Always be prepared. I use a jet boil. I have a few different models. Let me just grab over here. Oh, For most of my most recent trips, is that a proper sentence? Most of my most recent trips, I'll go with it. I use the Jetboil Stash. It's a very small, lightweight stove, but there are plenty of them out there. I've also used the Jetboil Flash and Minimo. I like Jetboils, plenty of brands out there. Just make sure that it functions, you've tested it in cold weather, and that you have the proper gas canister. Most of these use isobutane. It might sound like a no-brainer there. I've been at a campsite before where somebody bought a brand new stove and a brand new gas for it, went camping, did not buy the right product, so he wasn't able to cook anything. It was very cold, so I let him use my stove. So these things they might sound very basic at times, but the basic is important. Be prepared. So if it is a new product, make yourself a cup of coffee at home before you go out. But a camp stove and camp gas, and anything you need to be warm. In a worst case scenario, you can just boil water and drink warm water if you don't have coffee or tea with you. But be prepared with a stove as well. My number 4 essential is a water filter, a backcountry water filter. There's a lot of products out there. I have heavily used the Sawyer Squeeze, which is a big name product. My personal favorites is the Katadyn Be Free. It's a very small water filter. The flow rate is phenomenal. I could squeeze out water and hit the camera if I needed. Flow rate just means how much effort you need to put in to get that water through the filter to be able to drink it. Some of them are really hard to squeeze through, but the big thing is bring a proper backcountry water filter with you. You never know what you're going to need, especially if you're primitive camping. You put out fire, cook meals, make coffee, clean up your pots and pans afterwards. Never ever drink from a backcountry water source. Even up in the mountains, I've been in the Appalachian Trail with the bike, the Appalachian Mountains, the Blue Ridge Mountains, on the Transamerica Trail. There's a lot of great mountain streams and rivers. I highly recommend not to drink straight from them. Even if it's good quality water, you don't know if a deer or something has died just upstream from you in that water. I know that might sound harsh, but you don't know what is in that water. Number 5, hopefully you never need to use it. I have had so many trips where I have not needed to use it. Unfortunately, I've had a few trips where I have needed to use it, and that is my number 5 is a little med kit. You don't have to go crazy. I'll hop up and grab mine here. So plenty of Band-Aids, bandages, triple antibiotics and wipes, a little bit of gauze, tape, and a bunch of medicine. And that might be allergy medicine, it might be something for bee stings or for anything like that, but just go prepared. This is so small. It does not take up a lot of the kit at all. Kind of lists what's in there. Weighs nearly nothing. I mean, I bring this thing on shorter backpacking trips, let alone motorcycle camping. Everything you need in there. Just be safe and bring a med kit, guys. You never know what's going to happen. Very easy. It even has, what are they called? Little glue strips. So if you do happen to cut yourself or get anything open, you can put a little glue in there and then a butterfly to pull a cut closed. So definitely a home run here. Don't overlook the med kit. It is extremely important. Number 6 overall is something that most of us do when we're out in the wilderness anyway, but on a motorcycle camping trip, one of the essentials, bring a pocket knife, a folding knife, something with a blade, a multi-use tool, a Leatherman, something like that. It is unbelievably useful for so many things, for splitting firewood, creating kindling. Those are going to be survival things if you run into any issues, getting warm, for fixing stuff on the motorcycle, for cutting anything. There's a million uses I could go over for a good quality Leatherman, multi-use tool, or pocket knife. Definitely carry one along. I've split endless amount of firewood with mine. Just take the pocket knife and a piece of wood on top of the other to split it, to create kindling off of a downed tree, fat lighter, birch bark, to be able to start a fire. You'll find a million uses. I could name them all. I can't name them all, but I have a decent amount of them. Definitely bring some type of multi-use tool or pocket knife, and list your own uses. Comment below the most useful thing or what you use your pocket knife most for when motorcycle camping, because everybody's list is going to look dramatically different, but is one of the most useful tools out there. So highly recommend bring yourself a pocket knife or a multi-use tool. And for number 7, now that the sun is going down, I'll change bow face here, is outstandingly important, just like the rest of the list, guys. And I'm not talking about the flashlight on your cell phone. Bring a flashlight camping, be prepared. I like to have a couple different ones. A headlamp, so I can go hands-free, easy for those potty trips at night, anything you need to do. And then a high quality miniature flashlight. I really want to give you a couple examples here. There are a million products out there. This beautiful thing, the Nikkor N25, I think it is called. It is less than 3 ounces. It is crazy, crazy light and crazy, crazy bright. That rhymes, crazy, crazy light. Okay. This thing is absolutely amazing. There's plenty of them out there. This has a rechargeable battery in it, which I highly recommend. You can charge on the go. You know, they're not sponsoring this video, anything like that. Not sponsored, just recommended. I got a link below. If you do use the links below, and get a couple pennies from Amazon if you purchase. But this thing is tried and tested. Like I say, to test all your gear. I've done over a year of, well over 365 days out in the wilderness with this thing, and it is by far amazing. Lightweight, nothing, lasts forever, about a week on a charge. I like to have that, and you need to find yourself a small, miniature, crazy bright flashlight, something that you can just change the night into day with. And I highly recommend, I don't know if you're going to see this here. This thing, wow. It's a Wuben X2. There's a few different models. I'll leave a link below. It's W-U-B-E-N. Now, Wuben was nice enough to send me this. I'd made a video talking about I need a smaller flashlight, something to camp with. They reached out and sent me this. It is ridiculous. And I'm not just saying that because they sent this to me. Oh my gosh, like this little thing, if you can see, it's like the size of a Bic lighter, if you're familiar with that at all. It is made out of steel. I mean, it is just absolutely beat up proof, and it will change a night into day. I can light this place up like nothing. I wish I knew the lumens on it. But this answered what I'd looked for forever. The Wuben X1, X2, I have the X2. It's very small. And you cannot need more light than this thing, man. It is amazing. So over that, the main thing, carry light, a light source. Please do not have it be your flashlight on your cell phone, as my cell phone falls. It's not offering enough. You need to be safe out there. My number 8 essential, some may consider as a luxury, but I'm telling you right now, it's essential. Carry a camp chair. It is a game changer for morale, for comforts. Riding a motorcycle sometimes, and some of the stuff I ride, you get a little beat up as well, some rough areas. Carry a camp chair. I carry what I'm sitting on right now. If I say the name right, Hillinox Camp Chair Zero. Outstandingly strong. I mean, they make an extremely comfortable small camp chair. There are plenty of camp chairs out there. Whatever works for you, the smaller the better, the lighter but more supportive. Do not go camping without a camp chair. Bring it, use it, sit in it, thank me later. My gosh, now, don't overlook that one. It is an essential that if you're with somebody else that has a chair and seeing how comfortable they are, you won't go out without a chair again. It is truly an essential for camping on the motorcycle. And number 9, extremely important, is layering. Bring warm clothes. We touched a little bit with it on the sleeping bag, but layering, bring warmth. I always have a puffy. Underneath here, I have a mid layer. The sun, as you can probably see now, has gone down. I don't know the current temperature, but it is going to get into the teens tonight. It's going to be cold. How do I do that? With layering. I have a small base layer I have underneath my pants, my shirts, this jacket, and then I can layer from there. I always bring a lightweight rain jacket, whether it's going to rain or not. It's an amazing wind and warmth. They're always water resistant. They keep heat in, so it gives you another chance to layer. Cannot speak about this enough, guys. Always be prepared for the temperature, and always be prepared for a colder temperature than you are expecting. But bring enough, number one, bring enough clothes to be warm and layer. I've already talked about another essential is to have enough water, and another essential to have a camp stove with you. Boil that water, put it into a container, and stay warm. Cannot overstate that enough. So main thing for number 9, stay warm. The number 10 essential, the big one that I'm going to end with, but I'm ching. Here we go, guys. Number 10, a proper toolkit for the motorcycle. Now, we've covered the camping, the safety at camp and everything, but a toolkit for your motorcycle. And one of the biggest things as you're out here, I've been lucky enough, but I know that luck is going to come to an end. Hopefully I'm not jinxing it for my ride home. Is tire set, something to repair a flats, to take your tire off, to replace your tire. So a good set of tire spoons and whatever gear you need for your motorcycle. One of the essentials, unlike the others that you're going to use constantly on this list, number 10, I hope you never have to use. I've been carrying a replacement tube. I'm on the Royal Enfield Himalayan, so it is a tubed bike. I've been carrying a replacement tube, tire spoons, and a changing kit, and I've never needed to use it, which is fantastic. I go with as small a kit as I can use, but something that'll cover all my bases. Hasn't needed it. On the other side of that, just the toolkit, the tire roll, or sorry, the tool roll, is wrenches, Allen wrenches, everything you need on your motorcycle. Find out what sets you need, what tools work for your bike, and carry it with you. But bring the proper tires. Don't bring tires. Bring the proper tools to change your tire, to change flats, to fix anything on your bike that you may run into. And if you happen to be out there and have something you don't need, if you find it, add that to your toolkit the next time. So just a little bit different, number 10, but outstandingly important, guys. The main thing on this essential list is going to get you out here. These are the essentials. Bring everything on this list. Obviously, you're going to need food and water, and just get out there. This should get you comfortable, should get you out camping. And once you get out here and get started, you're not going to want to stop. Every time you go camping, you're going to build a comfort level. You're going to have your own essentials list. If there's anything that I've forgotten or that you recommend, go ahead and leave a note below. Leave a comment. Let's talk about it. I'd love to hear something I might have forgot, maybe something I haven't even considered. Or if you have questions on any gear on the camping side, I would love to talk about it. So just get out there, have your adventure, have fun, stay safe, and have a great ride, guys. If you have a moment and you've gotten anything out of this video, I'd appreciate it if you could just hit the thumbs up, like it, leave a comment for me, say hello, and subscribe to the channel. A lot of stuff to get you out there camping, a lot of adventures that I am on, just trying to have out here having fun with the motorcycle and having multiple adventures. If you did subscribe, leave a comment below. Say, hey, new subscriber, like to say hello. Let's have some fun, guys. Let's grow together and have your adventure. That's what I'm saying. Whatever your adventure is, go live it. Have a fantastic night, and we'll see you on the next video.